We're about 12 minutes before Terry presentation. I mean, it's 4:48 in the morning. I'm trying to put this up here. Probably should have done this on YouTube, but is there a big light? Oh wait, that's well, I guess I'm excited. Uh, Sleepy excited. It's 10 minutes to 5 p.m. It's just like, uh, it's one of those days where I, I'm trying to fall asleep, but my body won't just fall asleep because Terry Bogard is coming out, and my body just have this habit of trying to stay awake, of waking up before 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's an event that's gonna come out. No matter if you put up an alarm or not, you're gonna wake up. It's annoying. Now the question is, do I play the thing here on Twitch or on YouTube, and if it's gonna affect the sound, because it has the stupid ability of messing up the audio. Twitch and YouTube. I can always just watch it here from my cell phone. No, I don't want to watch ads. The horror event you cannot miss arrives. The doctor sleeps tonight. Or something like that. Anyways, I want to see. Is it? I just need to make sure that the audio here is not bad, which I cannot see. Help, Terry, bro. Yeah, basically. Cause like after this, I need to go pick up my niece, and after go picking up my niece, I come back here. I fall asleep, so I'm up for a whole 2 hours. So darn you, Shop Norton. I know. Let's let's pass the time. I have a good way. It's just a regular white shirt and a sleeping coat that a sleep a bedrobe. But yeah, thanks. I'm glad you like it. I have an idea. While we're waiting, let's play some Minesweeper. Uh, have you ever played this game? Minesweeper. No, no ads. For, well, not exactly my kids, but yeah, for my niece. I mean, drink, drink. I mean, no, 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 no. Stop it. Ah, freak. I'm gonna have to do this manually. Okay. Oh, this is stupid. It's 2 2. There's no way these two are gonna be in the thing. See, the problem with just playing it on XSplit, exactly on XSplit, is that when I click, I'm not gonna right click, I'm gonna get a menu instead of putting a stupid mine flag that tells me, hey, that's the wrong thing you're gonna try to put there, or there's a mine. You're gonna get yourself killed, man. It's one here, that means nothing here. Boom, boom, boom. For the kids, basically. And don't worry, I'm gonna post this on YouTube. Hopefully, I could edit it a bit, so yeah. Once again, I'll mention that I'm not like the most exciting person to watch reaction because, well, right now it's 4:46. I'm not gonna go wake up my everybody who lives in this house. Also, I tend to keep my emotion in control when I'm not kayfabing doing streams. So one, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Oh darn! Wait, no. There's one here. Wait, what was I doing with this information? One, one, two, two. That means there's nothing around here, guys. Get out of here. um, that's check something else. Once again, I just want to say the point of a minesweeper is that if there's a number around here, then there's like a mine here. Since I could figure out that there's a mine here because only one of this one square that's surrounding this has a mine, we don't press this. This is a big no-no. You don't want to go boom. I don't want to go boom. If you want to go boom, that's on you. Exactly, you don't want to go boom. Yes! Oh, well, shit. I just realized. I still don't know which one of these two is the one that goes boom. You go boom? Yes. No boom. Yeah, I tend to cut my mustache. I think I should shave again. I mean, I'm not. My face is not exactly meant to have a beard or a mustache. A mustache. It's. Besides, I think I'm better off with just a clean shave all around. So yeah, I'll shave it later on. Yank, yank. I mean, could you give me anything that's easier, game? Why did I put it 99? Jesus. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is not helping me at all. 1, 2, 3. Fudge. Well, I'm not the one that's good with looking from behind. 1. It made it much easier if I could right click. 1, 1. Psst. Oh, it starts. Cool. I mean, remove. Wait. What? Huh?
Hello everyone, this is Masahiro Sakurai from Sora Limited. The Super Smash Bros.
Okay,
Ultimate
cool.
game was recently honored with 5 awards at this year's Japan Game Awards.
Okay.
It's received a great many awards on top of that as well.
It sounds good, right?
Each award is very meaningful to me, so I would like to take the opportunity to extend my thanks to all those who have voted and to all those who have supported us. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I'm supporting this game.
Without further ado,
One of my
let's
favorite
begin the
series.
presentation. First, we'll start with what the Neo Geo is. It refers to a 1990 video game console for use in arcades and at home, as well as to the name of the system itself. In 1990, the equivalent to the Super NES had only just released in Japan, so if you wanted to play arcade games at home before then, the only option was to play the less polished ports on the Nintendo Entertainment System. However, with the Neo Geo system, you could play the arcade versions of games at home with no drop in quality. 1990 was right around the year that I started working for a game company. Back then, Japan had rental services for arcade games. In other words, you could go to a rental store, rent an arcade game, take it home, and play it.
Oh, I didn't realize he has
After
Neo
that,
Geo
they were
there.
sold for home use, but
Let's
a
talk
single
about his
game
childhood.
cost about 30,000 yen. That's expensive. But if you think about it, compared to playing a game in the arcade 300 times at 100 yen per play, you're getting your money's worth. At the time, some people actually thought this was cheap. I mean, there really are people who've played games in the Super Smash Bros. Series 1,000 or even 10,000 times. Anyway, the MVS, as it was called then, was sold in various places, and for an arcade machine, it wasn't all that expensive.
Starting from the 64.
You could also get them on lease. That's why you'd end up seeing
I
lots of
actually
candy
did
stores
play.
having a metal
Tried
switch
to unlock
cabinet.
me to the old-fashioned way.
The home version of the Neo Geo came with this controller. Can you see? It has 4 buttons. And this is the actual console itself. Here is the reset button, and here
You know what I'm
slot
starting
in
to
the
think?
big
I think
game
he's probably going
cartridges.
to promote the Neo Geo home thing with you.
This is
portable
the Neo Geo?
that's supposed to come out soon.
Just kidding. Actually, this is the Neo Geo X, the portable version that was released afterward. You could also insert it into this docking station and play it as a home console. Beat Nintendo Switch
I
to
didn't
it.
know about that.
A portable, multi-purpose console. Updated iterations of past systems are emblematic of the Neo Geo. Next, let's talk about what Fatal Fury is. It released in 1991, the same year as Street Fighter II, but this one came later. It launched after Street Fighter II. Like many of the other fighters, Fatal Fury was often regarded as a title that was developed to capitalize on the popularity of Street Fighter II, but that's not really the case. Actually, both Street Fighter II and Fatal Fury were developed using the original Street Fighter as a foundation. In fact, the development of Fatal Fury was started by one of the planners of Street Fighter.
You meant to say top tier as in I'm crying tier?
This one is also a multiplayer-focused fighting game. In this story, someone named Jeff Bogard is killed by Geese Howard. Geese Howard starts up a fighting tournament in
Holy
South
cow,
Korea
you destroyed my plan. Damn it, I'm looking for
To
you.
avenge his
Now
father's
I'm gonna
death,
take my revenge
Terry
on
enters the tournament, which is known as King of Fighters. I mentioned the term King of Fighters, something you may have heard before. Yes, there's actually a popular series called The King of Fighters, and that series was named after the fighting tournament within the world of Fatal Fury. And Terry Bogard, who is the protagonist of Fatal Fury, also appears in all the games in the King of Fighters series as one of the main characters. If you want to play a game from either of the Fatal Fury series or the King of Fighters series, many of them are available now on Nintendo Switch as part of the Arcade Archive series. You may not know which one to play first, but my recommendation from the Fatal Fury series would be Fatal Fury Special. From the King of Fighters series, my recommendation would be the King of Fighters 95. But if you want to play a fighting game with all sorts of strategic elements, then I recommend the King of Fighters 98.
Don't mind me, I'm just buying
Next,
two
I'll give
games
you
right
some
now,
insight
right?
on Terry
I
Bogard.
think it called, or three
Actually,
games.
this video was recorded
Right, because
about 1
Sakurai
month prior
tells me
to its
so.
release. That's because we need to translate and edit videos like this one, and that takes time. The game footage you see here is not from the final production ROM, so please understand that there may be some elements that differ from the final game. Since we have the opportunity, I want to talk about Terry using a lot of SNK lingo, meaning in this discussion the younger generations may feel a little out of the loop. But there's nothing to worry about. When we released the original Nintendo 64 version of Super Smash Bros., I was often asked, who is Samus? Whether or not the character is fun to play as is more important than whether the character is new or old, or whether the character is recognizable to everyone. I want to make sure I present Terry to you in such a way that you can fully understand his appeal.
Captain Falcon was
So thank
Samus'
you.
sister, brother.
Okay, let's begin.
Yeah, 6 minutes dedicated to Terry's background. Joins the
This
battle.
is Terry Bogard in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh, of
He's
course
still
you're gonna
wearing
play
an
him
outfit
by
that reflects
Ryu.
the era of his original game, but we did our best to make him look cool in a variety of ways. When he stands next to Ryu, it almost makes you wonder, is this really a Super Smash Bros. Game? Doesn't it? Just like Ryu, when you're playing one-on-one, he'll face the opponent. Actually, he always looks in the opponent's direction. Even if you move him to a location behind the opponent, he'll quickly turn around, always keeping his focus on the opponent. Let's talk about his moves. His neutral attacks are jab, body blow, and high kick. Each move is something familiar from the Fatal Fury series. And his dash is power charge.
Power charge!
This is a move you can use in Real Bout, Fatal Fury Special, and others. In the original series, it was one of his special moves. His tilt attacks are middle kick, rising upper, and under kick. Compared to Ryu, his attack speed is slower. This is to match his original series.
I would assume he would be much faster.
Now for a smash
I
attack.
think Terry
First up,
kind of gives
backspin
out that
kick.
he's gonna be a little bit faster.
This smash attack is the equivalent to his strong attack, but the motion is even cooler than in his original series. Next, wild upper and slide kick. Both are from the original series. Then his mid-air moves. Jump, then chop. Jump, then kick. Jump, then backward kick. And then somersault kick. However, this somersault kick was not included in the original series. But we needed a move to attack up, so we created a new move. Also, jump and then karate punch for a down air attack. If you successfully pull off a down air, it's possible to attack with a meteor effect, as you can see here. It's basically like Ryu's. Next, I'll cover his throws. His forward throw is his familiar buster throw. His back throw is also buster throw. And his down throw is neck breaker drop. In fact, he used it in the game Fatal Fury Wild Ambition. I miss playing that game on Hyper Neo Geo 64. And then, his up throw is grasping upper. This sort of dodge attack can be performed after a spot dodge. I mentioned dodge attack, and this actually does exist.
What? What?
During a spot dodge, immediately press the button to counterattack.
What?
During a dodge attack, your upper body becomes invincible, so this kind of move gives you the advantage when you counterattack. Now for his special attacks. His neutral special with just the B button is Power Wave. Depending on how long you press the button, you'll use one of two types of special attacks, weak and strong. This one is weak and kinda slow, and this one is strong. Fast, isn't it? For Ryu, in his original game, you used 3 buttons, so there were weak, medium, and strong attacks. For Terry Bogard, you could use 4 buttons in his original game, but there were only 2 buttons for punch, so that's why he only has 2 attack levels, weak and strong.
Makes sense.
This rule applies to all of his special attacks, so please keep that in mind. By the way, the attack Power Wave is a move that shoots energy along the ground, but how does it look in the air? In his original game, you couldn't use this move in the air. This is how it looks now. As of the King of Fighters 96, the Power Wave ability had a shorter range, so we've recreated that version of the move. It's a useful move in midair and helps keep opponents in check.
You know, I was really
Next,
wondering
we
how
have
they're
a
gonna do
special
the
perform
Power
while
Wave
holding in the direction of your
because
opponent.
there's no
Burning
ground.
This move also has a weak and strong version, as well as a command input. Like the Hadouken command input from Street Fighter II, you perform this command using the directional inputs, down, to the side, in the direction of your opponent, and then press the button. Doing so
Hadouken.
makes the move a bit stronger.
Oh wait, no, it's Burning Knuckle.
This means that Burning Knuckle has 4 variations. Weak without command input, and strong without command input. Weak with command input, and strong with command input. The strong version using the command input is of course the most powerful. You'll hear a noise when you input the command. And if you've succeeded, you might also notice some green mixed in with the flames. It may be slight, but there is a difference. The strong version with the command input really is strong, even capable of KOing opponents. It can be blocked, however, so be on the lookout for that. In such a case, you'll be left wide open. And this is a first for the Super Smash Bros. Series, but the side specials are split into 2 versions, a back special and a front special. That means there's one more side special than usual, Crack Shoot. This is a familiar move from his original game. There's also a command input version. It's performed by using the directional buttons down to the back, followed by the A or B button.
Tatsumaki.
The command version can launch your opponent quite a bit further. It creates a bit of an arc, so it can be used as an anti-air attack when your opponents try to hit you. At close range, if you happen to be blocked by a shield, it's hard to be counterattacked because you'll pass through them. There's something I want you to remember. When you do a crack shoot off screen, this is how it will look. Terry swings with his whole body when using Burning Knuckle and Crack Shoot, so it can be hard to recover. However, if you keep pressing backwards without inputting commands, you should be able to initiate Crack Shoot in the direction you're trying to recover. Let me show you one more time. Do this, then continue to press backward.
Oh my gosh, it's so
And then you can
confusing,
recover.
but
If you
I want
press
to
too
play this
quickly
guy
or
already.
input some commands, you'll fly right off the stage, so be careful. And this is his up special, Rising Tackle.
Yeah.
It
He was
also
gonna
has
do
weak
Rising
and
Tackle.
strong versions, each with differing heights. And did you notice that if you hold down briefly to charge, your whole body glows a little? In this case, your whole body will be invincible at the start. Either way, your legs will be invincible. Here's an example of
On
this
your legs,
invincibility
not
in
the rest of
action.
the body. You can still attack
With the
you,
standard
attack
rising
you
tackle.
in the head section.
I got completely wiped out when I threw myself at them.
Boom!
But with Rising Tackle's charged command version, you can't be hit at this moment, so you come out on top. You can of course use Rising Tackle as a recovery as well. Even after using Burning Knuckle or Crack Shoot, you can still use Rising Tackle. This
There's
is
gonna
also
be
very
something like
helpful
little
when you're
map
trying to
where,
recover, so please keep that in mind. His
you
down
need to
special
use
is
both
Power
the
Dunk,
side beat and the up beat.
an attack that rises and descends. This side, down, diagonally down command input is also known as the Shoryuken command.
God damn it, Sakura, you stole my word.
If you can pull it off, you'll be invincible at the start of the move.
Wait, what?
Also, you can hear a sound
Why did he
when it
bounce?
connects, but it might be tough to make out.
There's
Now,
like some
let's
sort
talk
of
about
wall on the
canceling
stage.
specials. I'd really like you to keep this in mind. First, if you use a special after attacking with a standard attack, the special won't come out until the move animation has finished. That makes sense, right? But here's what happens if you cancel out of it. At this moment here, if you've successfully entered a special command input, the rest of the animation will be cancelled, allowing you to attack again immediately. I'll do that again. Throw out a kick like normal. And once your leg extends, you'll perform the move.
Sakurai, why are you doing this as a fighting? I thought this was a party
Set
game.
it up so that when you attack, you can go straight into a special.
No wonder it's gonna take 45 minutes. You gotta
This
know
will
about all
increase your
these little
offensive
frame
options.
details.
Please try this out. For example, neutral attack 1, 2, and power down. This is a bread and butter combo. Aside from that, you can also get Terry to fly out and attack in an M shape. In his original game, you could only cancel attacks on the ground, but in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it's possible to cancel aerial moves. The types of aerial attacks that you can cancel are
Don't worry,
limited to
I'll
things like
post
neutral
an
air
arcade
attacks or
version
down
of
air
this game as
attacks.
per usual.
But
I'll
I
try
think
to
it would be
do it
wise
as
to
soon as
use
I
these
can.
combos to expand your offensive options. And at last, the final smash. His
Buster
final
Wolf.
smash begins with triple geyser. Terry will shoot 3 geysers straight forward.
Oh, triple geyser.
However, if you think that's all, you're very mistaken. As you can see, if triple geyser connects,
Dunk,
you'll follow
Buster.
up with power dunk and Buster Wolf. It's 3 moves in 1. It's a visually striking combo. You may be wondering what happened to his original super special moves. Yes, they're here too. With the usual rules, when Terry's damage meter rises up to 100% or higher, and in stamina mode, when his overall HP drops to 30% or less, you'll see this go icon at the bottom of the screen. At this point, if you enter this specific command, you can initiate the power geyser you see here. The command input is, if I borrow the way it's said in the original game, down, angle down, side, angle down, forward. Well, it's a bit complicated. downward, then backward, then forward. You see?
Yeah, the King of Fighters.
It is an action game after all, so you get to control the direction of your punch, be it right or left. In that case, no matter which direction you're going for, just swap the right input and left input. It's like this: downward, then backward, then forward. Or down, and then the opposite direction if that's forward.
Doing a pin move.
And then there's his other super special move.
There he is.
Buster Wolf. You can initiate this one by repeating the Hadouken command input twice. Down to side, then down to side again. It can be rather difficult to pull off moves using
More
the
interesting
original
on the
game's
stage
command inputs,
because
but you can
Ryu
also
is
use
bouncing off
simplified
from
command
the
inputs.
stage.
In the case of Power Geyser, remember this: down, side, down, forward. As long as you input the command downward to the side, to the back, downward again, and then forward, you should be fine. In the case of Buster Wolf, it's simply down, side, side. That should be easier to remember. Even though the command input is complex, it can still be blocked with ease. Since these moves can only be used when Terry has taken a lot of damage, you'll be in even more danger if your opponent blocks. So they're high risk and high return. Please save them for when you really need to make a last-ditch effort. You can use it again and again, but be careful. Your opponent may be able to predict your move and take action. Essentially, it's best to use it when it's least expected, or to cancel out of a combo, like this.
That's pretty neat.
For the taunts, I decided to match his original game. His up taunt is "Hey, come on," from the King of Fighters series. His down taunt spins his hat like in the Real Bout series. And his side taunt is "Stand Up" from Garo, Mark of the Wolves. I've demonstrated him using various special moves in the game so far, and you can hear his voice. Like that. We've incorporated both his longer remarks, like Power Wave, from older titles, and his shorter remarks, like Rock You, from newer titles.
Yeah, you're right. It does
And
look
here
like
are his color variations.
Aww.
There's a good variety of colors available from across the series, and the cap design is slightly different in each version. They're based on his original games, and we've also included some from the King of Fighters 14 and the anime series. He sometimes takes off his cap too. For example, it happens during his victory pose. His cap also blows away when he is defeated in stamina mode. The stage is called King of Fighters Stadium. It looks like one hardcore fighting coliseum.
You know, I realized
The text above the
Nakaruru
Jumbotron
was in
reads
the
King
trailer.
of Fighters without the.
And Nakaruru is now
When we
considered
talk
to be
about a game
canon in
title,
the King
we
of
need
Fighters
D
series,
up
so
front, but the name of the tournament
I guess
in the
all
game
those characters
story
that
is just
appeared in
King
the
of
trailer is
Fighters.
going to be in the
This
King
is a
of
very
Fighters
unique
in the
stage,
background.
and it follows some rules that haven't
As I say
existed
Yuri,
in
I see
Super
Joe,
Smash
I
Bros.
see
Ultimate
Rio.
before. First, the edge is walled off. In the
Yeah,
Super
exactly,
Smash
I
Bros.
was wondering
series,
about
you need
that.
to launch opponents off the stage. Here, however, the more damage a fighter has accumulated, the more the wall will visually react when they're launched into it. Can you see? Eventually,
I see it cracking.
fighters will
Oof.
break right through the wall. There are fireworks in the background. Basically, this special feature allows you to KO an opponent only after they've accumulated enough damage.
I mean, I guess.
That way, you can enjoy the battle more like you would in a traditional fighting game. When you're close to the wall, it's possible to be KO'd even when your damage is low. It's just like in regular
The
stages.
question is going to be turning legal.
In the Real Bout Fatal Fury series, there was a feature in which the walls could be destroyed and players could suffer a ring out when they hit the wall.
Oh
isn't exactly
right,
the
I've
same,
seen that
but we
game.
made it kind of
I've
similar
seen it
to that.
before. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now
We
you're now.
hope you'll enjoy
guys get
playing
it.
at this stage with all its special rules. By the way, there are guest characters in the background, right? Since we have the opportunity, I'd like to introduce them to you.
Cameos. They see what
First up,
Nakaru's gonna
Andy
get.
Bogard. He's the adoptive brother of Terry Bogard. Both of them were adopted from an orphanage and raised by Jeff Bogard. However, while Terry's teacher was Jeff Bogard, Andy studied under Mai Shiranui's father. He uses the Koppoken fighting style. Joe Higashi. He's one of the three main characters from earlier games in the Fatal Fury series. He's the only one that doesn't have any connection to Geese Howard. He's a Muay Thai champion. Peng Fu Ru. He's the master of the Holy Fist of 8 Ways, and he also trained Jeff Bogard. He can enlarge his body as well. Billy Kane. He's been in many Fatal Fury games since the first one, and he's the right-hand man of Geese Howard. While he appears in the first game, his costume is based on his appearances in King of Fighters 97 onwards. You can't really see his back, but the no smoking symbol is definitely there. Geese Howard. He's the big boss of Southtown, and he's the rival of Terry Bogard. Falling off of buildings is his thing. Rock Howard. His first appearance was Garo, Mark of the Wolves. He's the son of Geese Howard, and Terry actually raised him. That means his appearance in this game at this age with that look doesn't really jive with the timeline, but Smash is kind of like that to begin with, right? Kim Kapwan. He uses Taekwondo and considers himself a fighter for justice. His Ho'okyaku is very famous. Ryuji Yamazaki. His first appearance was in Fatal Fury 3, and he's a criminal known
Tucker,
as
how many
Dark
cameos
Broker.
do you have?
He's very selfish and sadistic.
You have too many
Blue
cameos.
Mary. Her first appearance was in Fatal Fury 3 too. She uses combat sambo, and she's a good drinking buddy of Terry's. Those were the characters from the Fatal Fury series, but from here on, let me introduce characters from other series. Athena Asamiya. She's a Psycho Soldier. Psycho Soldier is a memorable game
Someone's
released around
fucking
1986,
right now.
and it was the first title to feature a fully voiced theme song within the game. This epic song was also remixed for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it was recorded in both Japanese and English.
Of course.
Music start. Kyo Kusanagi. He's the protagonist of the King of Fighters series, and he uses the ancient martial arts Kusanagi-ryu. Speaking of the protagonist, there are differences depending on which version you're talking about, like Orochi and Nest. Anyway, he is forever a school kid. Iori Yagami. Originally,
He never
was
ages.
introduced as Kyo Kusanagi's
just like Bart
rival,
Simpson.
but when I first saw this character in the game at the time, due to his look and attitude, I thought, whoever created this character must be a genius. Goro Daimon. He's a judo gold medalist belonging to the Japanese team, and he likes to throw his opponents. Chang Hohen and Choi Bonge. One is an escaped convict, and the other is a slasher. They are currently undergoing rehabilitation under the previously mentioned Kim Kapwan. Ralph Jones and Clark Still. Originally, they were main characters in the Ikari
Sakura,
Warriors series
you
before Neo
love your
Geo.
cameos.
They appeared as guests in the
How
Metal
many
Slug series too.
cameos do you need? All of
Yo
them.
Sakazaki, the protagonist of Art of Fighting. The original Art of Fighting was released just before Fatal Fury 2. That means it was the first game to implement a true super special move. How could I not include him? King. Her first appearance was in
I
Art
mean,
of Fighting, and she's
why
a
not
bouncer
include
and
Rio
body
Real?
type.
I mean,
She is a beautiful woman with an androgynous sense
they
of style.
Street Fighter added
Next,
Rio
Yuri
too.
Sakazaki. She was
That's
kidnapped in the first Art of Fighting game, but after that, she trained hard and mastered Kyokugen Karate in just 1 year. In other words, she's a genius. So, as you can see, we've included many characters. A total
Wow, there's
of
no
20
Nakaruru.
characters. You know, it's very cumbersome. I mean, it takes a lot of time. But so many people love each and every one of these characters, even outside the confines of their individual series, so we simply had to do our best by them. By the way, you may have noticed that a very important character from the Fatal Fury series was not included. Yes, Mai Shiranui. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is for good boys and girls of many different ages, so we decided not to feature her. Please forgive us. Also, my music features a variety of tracks, and the music
Of
that plays
course.
affects which special guests will appear. For example,
Poor mine.
there's a track called Pasta, and when the music is playing, Andy Bogard will always
You're
appear.
too sexy to be in our Smash Brothers, even a cameo.
I hope you
film.
look forward to that as well. Okay, I'm done providing information, so now let's jump into some actual battles.
You took about 30 minutes just to go through all those cameos
This
information.
time, I'm going to play the Terry route of Classic mode. On top of that, I want to try and hit the highest intensity level. Let's see if I can get all the way up to intensity 9.9. Honestly, playing the game in extreme difficulty while doing commentary is extremely hard. One or the other is doable, but doing both at once forces me to divide my attention. But that means I should do my best at both. I'll do my
This is why
best.
I keep myself quiet or I just
First,
play it silent.
this route is named the King of Smash. 3 characters who have some sort of connection will appear as a set, a challenge that looks somehow familiar.
Oh, I get it.
Okay, the first intensity level is 5.0, so I should be fine. All battles in Terry's route are stamina battles. This stage's special KO rule that I talked about earlier isn't the best match for stamina rules, but oh well.
Reread.
On his route, a lot of stages feel like they're from a traditional fighting game. Okay, I did it anyway. Of course, even in this mode, it's not impossible for me to try for a KO, but normally it'll be over before that. There. Done.
Then she broke it.
Looks like he's saying, give me something. Next, round 2. It's the Legend of Zelda team. Just because characters are in a team because of their similarities, that doesn't mean that they have to be from the same game. This is Let's Go to Seoul, Kim Kapwan's theme. And I've got it set up so that we don't move from the bottom of Prison Tower.
Oh, cool.
It would be easiest to simply knock him off the screen, but I'm not going to do that, because it's not as fun to watch. Oops, I knocked him off. Over here. It's gonna blow. Will he do it? Alright. The boomerang's not coming back. And I can't go to the edge. Oh no!
He's
The
gonna.
tables have turned.
He's abusing that stupid taunt. Why am I blurry?
Cancelled it. He wears his cap backward when he does a power dunk. Now you could call this the giant stage. All the giants are lined up. Of course, the music track is Taku and Kitepi. Of course, he says. You might wonder who Taku and
I
Kitepi
mean,
are,
classic mode is interesting. Yeah, I
but it seems like
like
it
the
means Tanaka and Kitamura.
setup.
This track
To be
is
more
from
like
Fatal
King of
Fury
Fighters,
2.
3v3
There's a giant
versus
wrestler named Big Bear, and this is his track.
versus
Regardless of the track
three
name, it's a
characters.
really famous hard rock song, so please give it a listen. The original song was called Yusha Raiden. There's that masked wrestler. Big Bear is his true identity. He's called Raiden.
We're gonna die, Terry.
Jump! I'm beginning to find the intensity quite tough. Round 4. The whole atmosphere is a little different than how it's been up until now, right? We've been to arena-style flat stages, but suddenly we're at a battlefield form stage. Oh, there's an item. There's an arcade game series called Athena, and this stage uses that as a motif.
Now there's your
Oh, he's metal.
reference.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I suppose both Lady Palutena and the Athena games were possibly an homage to the Athena of Greek mythology. Plus, I wanted to do something where two characters who are similar or have similar abilities are together. It's a nice Kyokugenryu team. If I let my guard down, I'll easily be defeated, so I need to pay attention. Not bad, Yu.
Stream is off?
By the way, you can use moves like Crack Shoot to aim for overhead platforms, so they have some utility too.
Oh, you mean audio-wise?
I kept her in check. Phew, that was close. Looks like that firebar didn't work out for her. It's getting brutal. The intensity is close to 8.
The third party.
You could say the opposing team is comprised of heroes from different companies. Sonic and Terry are on the stage. Actually, Sonic and Terry were both created in '91, so they're the same age. And the next year, in '92, Kirby was born.
It's you. Okay. Never mind.
Everyone's
I thought it
getting
has to
old,
do something with myself.
but they're still on active duty. You know, it's easier to fight on sloped ground. When using Crack Shoot, it's especially easy going uphill. Yikes.
See ya.
It's too soon to be taking this much damage. I started out with 150 HP, so I feel like I'm losing. Next, Mega Man. He was born in '87. The first Street Fighter came out in '87 as well, so that makes Ryu the same age. That was bad. Don't go off screen. Ah, he went off. I'm sorry. And now, Pac-Man from 1980 is here. Of course, this character was made by Bandai Namco Studios, but when I talk to their team, I'll call him your company's character. They always come back saying, oh yeah, our company's character. I often have these kinds of exchanges with them. Oh, that was close. But I won't give in until the very end. Because I've got a super special move. How was that? Not enough? I see. Well, how about now?
Buster Wolf.
It's bad to keep using the same move. Seriously. Next, you could call this Team Darkness. With the track
The
Soy
question I
Sauce
have
for
is
Geese
like if the
playing on the rooftop,
team's gonna be
it's got the
changing.
aura of a final showdown. Oh, not good. Up next is Ganondorf. I don't want to get hit by him, not even once. He's huge. Yikes.
I
Can't
get
take
it.
things
This is the
lightly in moments
skyscraper.
like this one. That was a bad move.
4 or 5 minutes of Sakura just playing around because he's so hyped
Alright,
about
can I
Terry
do this without
Bogard.
getting hit?
I believe it.
Now for a scary one, Bayonetta. Yep, I'm giving this everything I've got. Oh, that was just dangerous. Pulling off that midair jump was risky. Uh-oh. She's so good. That was a beautiful move. But she couldn't take advantage of that opportunity. That will cost her a lot. Time for the final battle. It's not Master Hand, but Ryu, Ken, and then Terry. Art of Fighting version 230000000.0 is playing. In other words, it's kind of a themed fight. He's super strong, so I have to work hard. I'm not pacing this out very well. I'm starting from
When there's gonna be a
150
boss fight like
HP,
this?
so I wish I defeated Ryu before my HP dropped to 100. But I can't give up until the end. I have a super special move. But Terry is last, so he can use the same super special move. But this is no time for chit chat. It's really tough doing this while talking. Oh no! This is no good. Got it! It gets even tougher from here. I messed up a perfect shield. Here he comes. I gotta be on guard. Yeah, but with a power wave? If I could have pulled off a super special move, that would have been awesome. But, alright, did I make it to intensity 9.9? Yes, I did. That was hard work.
He's so proud of himself. We got 6 minutes left, Strawberry. Talk about the costumes.
Terry Bogard is really fun to play as, so I hope you enjoy playing as him in such situations. Next, let's talk about the music. This time we have something very special lined up for you. For instance, when we were deciding which songs to include in this set, we thought about concentrating on songs related to Terry, but there were a lot of big band style songs that didn't really fit the mood of battle. That aside, the music of SNK has always been great, right from the beginning. So this time, we selected tracks that could be called SNK style. Basically, we expanded the selection a bit to include series outside of just Fatal Fury and the King of Fighters. SNK songs have always been great, really. This was true before Neo Geo, and all the way from the old The King of Fighters games to the arrangements in the latest installment, The King of Fighters 14. We did a lot of digging around, and finally managed to narrow our many candidates down to 50 songs. We never intended to do something like this, of course. So we
50
submitted
songs?
our 50 proposals to SNK, expecting them to pick out maybe 10 or 20 that they considered acceptable. But they told us they were okay. As a result, we've pretty much added in 50 songs.
That
Have a look at
is
the
a
list.
lot of music track.
That's how we ended up with the list we have, but we worked hard to deliver some of the best remixes. This was a very special one-off case, and I don't think we'll be able to do the same for other series. To be honest, I think that being able to hear such a selection might make the Fighter's Pass worth quite a bit more than its price. I do hope you'll enjoy it. Challenger Pack 4 comes with a Spirit Board too. The Spirit Board can be selected via the Spirits menu. Have a look at the background. If it looks familiar to you, you'll start feeling pretty nostalgic. Shinkiro-san's artwork is always so nice and vibrant, isn't it?
Hamaru
You can also look forward to mock tournaments featuring each of the characters.
and Nakaruru.
That old
there.
school Athena and Ralph and Clark artwork really is something. Now for the Mii Fighters. Please have a look.
Alright, let's see if those leaks are for What was it, Malo and Deuce? Did anything with Chigi? Ah, there's Nakaruru. Nice reference. Yori. Oh, he actually made it in the game, guys. Oh. I need to see that. Oh, the links are fake, I guess. That means the game is coming out today if it says this November 6th.
SNK was also involved with the Mii Fighter set this time, so it has a strong fighting game influence. It borrows a lot from the series Nakoruto comes from, like their wind slash attack, so I hope you'll enjoy those little details. Moving on to Amiibo, here's the new lineup. Simon, Chrom, and Incineroar. Each of these will be released on Friday, November 15th.
Very soon.
Next, let's discuss the details of the updates. We've made some improvements to battle arenas. First, we're making it so you can send messages to each other in a battle arena. The messages are preset. So there's that, and also the player who created the arena can now change the rules.
That makes it much
We've
better.
also added the option to play either Battlefield form or Omega form at random in the stage settings.
Okay.
Aside from that, you can now pick Elite only as an arena type. Furthermore, Quick Play won't be the only way to play with people you don't know. As long as the arena type is set to public and no password is set, we've made it so anyone is now free to join. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Terry is due for distribution on November 6th. If you have the Fighter's Pass, you'll be able to get him straight away, or you can purchase him separately. Well, I think that wraps it up for our Terry Bogard showcase. I hope we were able to convey his appeal. By the way, his reveal trailer was aired in advance. It was created using SNK pixel art. The complete version of it, including the gameplay portion, is finally ready. I'd like to show it to you after this.
Alright.
Now this is something of an inside story, but I of course wrote the plot for SNK's pixel art packed reveal trailer. When the invitation comes out, you might recall how it says, "Don't be late, S." That is not what I wrote. It makes me think, ugh, this is why I hate inside jokes. After leaving it to the staff, it snuck its way in there. I just want you to know that the S is also the Super Smash Bros. Series S. Well then, let's move on to the intro movie.
A proper trailer. Yay. I guess we're gonna re-see the pixel art thing first. When this happened, I was at work. I was watching it at work. And it actually aired while I was gonna take my break, so I was laughing my butt off at this reveal trailer. So I had to like quickly leave the office. It was gonna be too noisy. It's like around here I kind of laughed. Yiso! See, it's that trailer that makes me think that Nakamura is gonna be part of the cameo, because all of the characters that appeared right here, Yori and all, is actually in a cameo in the stage. So yeah. And at least we got her as a outfit, so that's alright. Now the question is, who's gonna be the last character? Gotta wait for next month for that.
Hey, cover!
Faces the Fury.
Lightning Tattoo! Her away!
I see. Oh, I don't know. This gives me great joy.
Here's the big one. Cast the ball. Harry, win. Okay.
We crammed in a little too much content this time. Hopefully, I'll be able to make future showcases a little shorter.
He really was all in hype. Oh, Sakurai. Does that mean that it's out now? Can I download him? No, he's not out yet. Well, that's a bummer. uh, That's kind of funny, actually. It's for good little boys and girls, so no my. Oh my gosh, that was actually pretty good. I actually like the little reference. He's gonna be very interesting to play. I know, pretty sure Toasty's gonna be really happy about it. I guess he's gonna be really happy with the stage, the fact that you need to be at like high percentage before you get knocked out. So sweet, I guess. I'm gonna sleep. Good night. Or good morning. I still got like 20 more minutes. Gonna be out.